All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Blind View. And here's your host, Rebecca Meadows.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this tragic evening. Um, so far, Anya is with me. How are you, Anya?
Yeah, I'm okay. Like I was saying earlier, kind of bummed out about the events, hateful
Yeah.
events of today's American life. What can you say?
Yeah. What really upsets me is Charlie Kirk was going on to our campuses and sharing his viewpoint, right? And alternative viewpoints are good on college campuses because it causes our students to think about different things, about issues from different angles, and it builds their brains. And so regardless of what the views are of a person that's speaking on college campuses, their views are important and should be respected because of that. And so I mean, it just really, I find it shocking and appalling that on a university campus of all places, Charlie was shot for speaking out about his thoughts and beliefs.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what happens when you don't when you can't beat somebody in an argument. That's where
Yeah.
you resort to violence, and that's what happens to the left because they're losing. They're losing the culture war. They know they're a piece of shit. They know that they cannot. Their belief system is fucked up, and they know they cannot win it.
Hmm.
So that's what they do. I mean, think about it, just this year alone. We had CEO of United Healthcare assassinated.
Yeah.
Last year we had Trump assassination attempt twice.
Yeah.
I mean, who else? The
Elon Musk. I've heard recently that people have also been trying to assassinate Elon Musk.
oh, I haven't heard it, but I would easily believe that. No, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
then we had
Hi
those
there.
brain. Hi, Lori.
Hi,
Um,
Hi.
Lori.
Hello.
where is Brandon?
I don't know. Gino, did you send the link out to Brandon also? I'm assuming. I didn't call
Can
Brandon.
you guys hear me?
Oh, there's
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Brandon.
there he is.
Hey guys. Okay, so yeah, I don't. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you guys. It is absolutely a tragedy. What's happened to Charlie Kirk? Um,
Where did
you
this
know,
happen in, by the way?
In Utah University campus.
Oh, wow.
Valley, yeah. It's just
That's
right,
this
right.
horrible.
afternoon. Like, I had no clue. I was just talking with my mom after lunch, like I normally do. Then I get a text from a friend, and I couldn't believe what I was reading. She says, Charlie
Well,
Kirk was shot. And I had no words. I just texted her, what?
I
And she
was
goes,
at work all day, so I didn't hear about it till now.
yeah.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, again, I don't, you know, I don't want this to lead to the next civil war, but I can't help but notice it's a lot of conservatives that are being radically and violently attacked. And so, but I don't think the answer is that we should lower ourselves to those actions, but I just, it would not surprise me if some also radicalized it's not good to be radical anything. It's just not.
Well, you know, I'm not suggesting any reciprocal action of the same kind.
Right,
I have to
right.
say, though, I have to say, in Russian we have a proverb. It says, "If you live with the wolves, act like a wolf." If you get the
Uh-huh.
feeling, you can just, I identify as a Christian too, but I'm not that kind of Christian. If how does it go? Like if you get hit on the cheek, turn another cheek. Fuck no! I'll turn you around, kick your ass, and send you down the hallway.
Mm.
That's what I would do. That I'm not
Well,
gonna.
and like I said, I don't fully disagree with your stance, but like I said, look, I only have two cheeks though. It's like you hit me once. What the heck was that about? Oh, okay, well, maybe they're having a bad day. You hit me twice. Okay, listen, I'm really starting to get tired of that now. I'm not, my grace only extends so far. Okay, and after that, it's go time. So
Mm.
you know.
Well, I'm not even that lenient. I would not take 2 times. It takes 1 time. I mean, what the hell? I
Yeah.
mean, so and it's just
Hey,
go ahead.
what do you guys think about the upcoming anniversary tomorrow?
I think we should
Oh,
remember it.
yeah. I mean, of course we will. I'm sure it will be featured in social media and the news.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it was momentous, um, and I again, I don't go too deeply into this. I don't really feel like it's my place, but I do think that God must have protected President Trump.
Yeah.
I think it should be
Uh,
made a federal holiday for patriotic purposes.
I think Becca's talking about 9/11, Brandon. Yeah, is
Yeah,
that what we're
tomorrow.
talking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow's September 11th. Yeah.
oh, you mean that
Yeah.
anniversary?
So I'm saying I think it
Yeah.
should be made a patriotic federal holiday.
Well, I thought that President George W. Bush did
Mm,
proclaim it Patriot Day
yeah, well,
back
it's not
then,
day
but
off.
nobody recognizes it as a federal holiday.
No, no.
People ignore it, and it really irritates me because it's
It does. It
President.
irritates me
Yeah,
too.
like if you were alive, then you should remember President Bush made like whatever he proclaimed it Patriot Day, and
Yes.
um and that's because September 11th, 2001 was a day that we'll all remember, and we need to remember it.
We should
But it
always
just
remember it.
but it just seems like our government, for example, they're not like, why aren't they making the people that make the calendars, why aren't they making them print on the calendars Patriot Day so that people start seeing it and remembering it, that it is a national holiday? And why aren't people getting it off of school and stuff? I mean, it needs
I
to be
think they should be off of
recognized.
school.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
well,
they should be. Or
well. I'll add this. I mean, what do you guys think about this, though? I mean,
what?
uh, you know that right. I was alive when that happened. I am maybe one of the youngest people here. I was in high school when that happened, and so but I remember it well. And Daryl Worley is a country artist. He has a song called "Have You Forgotten," and I think a lot of people essentially either have forgotten or we've become really complacent. And I think in a certain sense that speaks to how well our intelligence services and our military services and things have begun to work together, I guess you would say. Although,
Um,
although
Brandon,
yeah,
it's not Daryl Worley. It's Alan Jackson who's saying, "Where were you?"
right when the world stopped turning. But Daryl Worley saying, "Have you forgotten?"
Are you sure
Um,
he's saying, "Have you forgotten"?
I think a lot
yeah,
of people have forgotten the day, unfortunately.
yeah, or we've just become complacent. And
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
right.
but I also do recognize that right now, today in 2025, but probably for a long, long time, since around that time actually, because we heard that whole thing occurred because our government was basically like, oh, really? I didn't know that was going to happen. Guess I should have told the other department. Right?
I'm sorry, I'm not even sure what you just said. So, what was our government allegedly doing?
No,
I couldn't hear.
our intelligence services were not communicating with each other.
Oh, okay.
Our CIA wasn't communicating with our NSA, and our NSA wasn't communicating with our FBI, and our FBI
Nope.
wasn't communicating with DHS, and
That's retarded.
that's what led to that, right? But our government still seems pretty dysfunctional.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, Trump can continue to make
And
change
we
it
are
so.
complacent now. And if we're not careful, we're going to have something like that happen again. So we
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
always remember it to remind us that we can always be vulnerable. Unless we
Well,
continue to bond together and remember the day.
Yeah. And it's been a little while since I was in an airport, but it seems like the last time I was in an airport seems like they weren't doing the warnings and reminders anymore like they used to
No.
do in the airports of be aware, be alert. If you see an unattended bag, report
No,
it.
I haven't heard that announcement when I've been at the
Yeah,
airport.
and they used to talk about those things in the
They
airports,
used to.
and they used to have like they had a system of where they would rate the threat danger that day, and it was some kind of color coded system, and I didn't quite understand it. It was like an orange, like it was an orange
Oh, I
threat
remember that
day, or
now.
yeah, you remember it. And as a
Yeah.
blind person, I never did quite understand
No, I didn't
which
either, but I
colors meant
remember they
which
did it.
level of threat. But I remember them talking about all of that. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden it just stopped. And I don't quite know when it stopped because I don't remember it at all during the Biden administration. And I think I did travel some during the Biden administration.
I
But
know I did.
have you guys heard that like apparently in Minnesota there's a big and growing Somali community?
Well,
Dude,
yeah.
I lived in Minneapolis for a year, and there are a lot of Somalians in Minneapolis. In fact, there's an area in Minneapolis that they call Little Somalia. It's a whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I made a lot of Somalian friends while I lived in Minneapolis. There was this cab driver named Mohammed who was from Somalia that I got to be really good friends with, and I think I still even have his phone number. I bet if I called him up, he'd still be there. I mean,
I
I
just
don't
don't
know.
know. I just don't know how I feel about that though. It's like how does Somalia feel about America? And that's right there in the Midwest, right in the middle of the country. I
Well,
don't
But
they-
do you know how that Little Somalia in Minneapolis developed? The same way the Little Italies around the country developed, and the
Oh.
Hooterite colonies, and it's because people come to America and they flock to people of their own nationality, right? People who are more familiar, and they like make these little communities, and it's really quite a beautiful thing, I think.
No, I disagree.
Oh, you don't like the little communities in America?
I don't like this kind of communities. I mean, these people come and bring their shit from the third world hole in this country, and they don't want to abide by our rules and laws, and then they don't want to learn the language. I
Are you
mean,
talking about the Somalian
yes, I
communities?
am. Mhm.
Well, I don't know if I'd go all that far. Like, I've talked to a lot of Somalian people who speak very clear English. They're trying to assimilate,
Well,
and
you just happen to talk to those people, but there are plenty of people who don't care to learn English, or they don't care to change. They
well,
came
those
and they
those
brought their stuff.
those people are going to be held back in America, and they won't be successful. You know what I mean?
No.
Well,
They
and I
won't.
guess my concern is just, we know all of the people from all kinds of countries. I'm actually not just picking on Somalia. I'm not, but I mean Egypt, Ethiopia, Russia, China, Vietnam, Laos, Korea, Japan. Many people came here from many different places under the Biden administration. I mean, our border was wide open.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and not everybody came with the good intentions.
Right.
Exactly.
But what do you
So
guys think?
I hope our intel services.
How do you guys feel about the measures that President Trump has been taking to clear out a lot of these illegals that Biden let in? How
Well,
do you guys feel about
Becca,
it?
before we move on to that, I want to tell you about the Somali community
Okay.
a little bit. You know how much they are scamming the government there? So for them, so for them, religion is above all, okay? So, and a lot of these families, they divorce on paper so that the wife would be, without husband, having kids, so she can apply for welfare. Technically they are married because their marriage is before Allah. in their religion. So they don't give a damn about actual, marriage certificates and all that stuff. So, and I can't remember the number right now, but I read somewhere that like thousands and thousands are single women supposedly in that community, which is not true. This is not even common thing for Muslims to be separated like that. So they're just scamming the government like crazy.
So, Anya, do you think that maybe some of these Muslim men are also taking multiple wives?
I'm sure they are. I mean, I don't know how it's done within their community, but I know as far
Uh-huh.
as our laws are concerned, they
Yeah.
get separated so that they can apply for all kinds of welfare and housing and benefits,
Mhm.
Well,
Medicaid.
and on a pragmatic level too, I wonder, if I were a single guy and I was on the dating sites or
You're just
whatever,
about here.
people do that. I mean, I wonder if the ladies are listing themselves as single on there, and then all of a sudden, here comes this dude. What are you doing to my wife? So I mean, that could be dangerous. And it's like, dude, I didn't know what the.
Yeah, that would be really.
There you go.
That could
I
be
mean, I
really
don't know if they do
dangerous.
that. I don't know if I don't know, but.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
mean, I do think there has been a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse found already, and I think that's an ongoing thing, and I did just hear that they're making changes to the SSI program as of yesterday, but you
What
asked, so
changes?
Mm.
Yeah.
uh,
What changes are
I
there?
don't know specifically. I didn't click on
Is
the
it
article.
is it going to affect SSDI?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, good. I don't need any
Um,
changes.
but it's just like we saw headlines about people are going to lose Medicare. No, they're not going to lose Medicare necessarily, but they
I
might be
hope
asked
not.
questions. Like, has your condition improved? Has your condition got better? Are you interested in working? If so, then we need you to start looking for work. So
Yeah, you know that in many states, to be on Medicaid, you're not even required to have a job or to look for a job. You're a perfectly able person. You just happen to be poor according to the state standards. But the requirements in most of the states they are not having people to have to look for a job.
I
Like,
think they
what
should
the
be
hell?
required to at least volunteer, like around the county, to do stuff. If they're going to get money from the taxpayers.
No, I think they have to work. Volunteer, they can on their own time if they want to, but they need to work and they need to pay taxes. If
Hmm.
they take out of taxes, they need to put taxes back in too.
Hmm.
now, especially if they are able-bodied, 100% or very
Hmm.
nearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for instance, I'll give a personal for instance. My dad last year had knee surgery, so that does take a while to recover from. But once he recovers, I mean, I'm sure that he personally will want to go and at least get a part-time job. He's retired now, but he's still,
Hmm.
I'm sure he'll want to at least go get a part-time job, and I think you should. I mean,
Good.
Yeah. No, and then all these lies that the Democrats run with, saying, "Oh, these programs are getting cut. It's so bad. People losing." Yeah, I mean, the way they clean these programs is they're taking people off of those programs who are not supposed to be on those programs.
right,
Hmm.
So
right.
yeah, telling half truth is not. It's just being disingenuous. That's all it is.
Hmm.
Now, I think that, for instance, though, I will say that the Housing Choice Voucher Program um, used to be called Section 8. They've made some changes in that. And now I do think that people with disabilities should be considered a little, somewhat differently than just the general population.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm not saying that, especially blind people, because we are discriminated against, especially in terms of employment,
Hmm.
in a different way than people with other disabilities for whatever reason. There's multiple reasons, and so, but yeah, like if you guys know anybody that's getting the housing choice vouchers, a lot of people will only be able to do that for, I think it's like 2 years, I think. So that's a pretty big change. So there the times they are changing. And
How does that housing choice voucher work? You said even if they get it now, they'll only get it for 2 years. Can you explain how that
well,
works?
I mean that's being kicked around. I'm not sure what's been like signed into law where that program is concerned, but that's why I don't understand these people that I don't know why you watch the news. It doesn't make a dang bit of difference. I mean, the thing is, I don't spend a lot of time on the news. I don't. I spend about 15 to 30 minutes a day on the news, and that's it. Because that's just me. I don't want to get depressed and anxious and just hear the same stories told over and over again with different words, But I think people should pay attention to what's going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot going on, a lot of pretty serious stuff. Speaking of which, has anybody heard anything more on the mayoral race in New York City? Like last week, it was all over the news, and I haven't heard anything in the last few days.
I know. I mean, I can't believe Zoran Mondani. I mean, surely he's not. I'll talk more about
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back after these words.
Why don't they have blind people sections at sporting events? Why do I gotta pay the same price to not see shit? Okay? The Jumbotron ain't even built for me.
I am the business manager here at the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
I see you brought the film crew. Make sure you get my good side.
All right, settle down and get focused on your tasks.
I teach the art of cuisine, child.
You wanna know what the problem, the biggest problem in the blind community? It's you sighted people.
Just take your look over here.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, man.
Okay, you all need to turn off those cameras and just leave the building.
Wait, Joe, hold on.
Oh, on your right.
You're on the right.
How would you know that the men you're dating are black?
No, this is not card member services. This is the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
Gigi, where are his pants?
I don't know.
Billy doesn't work here. He basically came with the building.
I can be the very first mayor of Blind Sylvania.
Make blind America great again.
There goes my pie.
This happens every day.
Can you guys hear me?
It's not.
Becca,
Hey, what, Lori?
I just want to make sure you can hear me. I got cut
I
off
can hear
earlier.
you. Yeah,
I gotcha.
We broke for a commercial break. So did you hear that music that started to play?
It did, but somehow I got jumped off the call.
So let me tell you what happens. So when Gino is our administrator, right? He admins our show. So when he feels it's a good time for us to take our commercial break, he starts playing that music to cue us that we're going to commercial. And so we all know that it's time to be quiet. And then he plays the commercial. That's why you heard that commercial playing. But our viewers couldn't hear you really. You know
Well,
what I mean?
don't know what happened.
Yeah, but we're live again now, Lori. So we're back live. How are you, Anya and Brandon?
Doing just the same. Just a little bit pensive, a little bit. What?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. No. That's the first time you've ever stated being in that state. So,
that she's feeling pensive. Yeah. What are you feeling pensive about, Anya?
Well, again, about these murders that keep happening, and what's next? I'm really worried. What's next?
Oh,
yeah.
See you later, honey.
No, let me be clear. It's not funny, comedically funny, but it's just I wonder what the rest of the show is going to be like.
Yeah, I know
it.
It kind of makes you scared to speak your mind in public, doesn't it? That people are getting.
No, it doesn't, because we cannot allow ourselves to be silent.
That's what I was going to go to. I was going to be but we can't allow ourselves to be intimidated. Who was it that said, "Give me liberty or give me death"? I'd rather get shot out on the street for speaking my mind than die a comfortable death in a nursing home.
My thing is why can't we just fight it out with fists and elbows and knees and stuff anymore? I mean, I think that would kind of be better. I mean, that would. I mean, we don't have to kill each other. I mean,
are you talking about like a gladiator thing?
No, I'm just saying, like, you want to throw hands at me or something, and I'll throw hands back at you. You know, we'll fight it out, whatever. But we don't have to kill each other. I mean, if you're mad, there's better ways and other ways of expressing anger than just going and killing someone.
But you're talking about hand-to-hand combat?
Sure. That's what we used to do in school, right?
Well, like that's what I'm saying. So you're literally talking about like gladiator type stuff, like people going hand-to-hand against each other.
Well, I think we don't
has
need to resort to that. I think we could have civil discourse if people are capable of doing it. But obviously, there.
And for the people who don't feel like they can do the civil discourse and have civil conversations, they could do like we could have matches in arenas of gladiators fighting to the death again. Right?
I mean, I don't know about to the death even, but I'm saying we could give each other warning. Like, you say one more word and it's Duke's time. You know, I'm so tired of your stupid rhetoric. I'm not that I am, but I'm saying you could just say, like, you say one more word, it's time to put up your Dukes. And then if they say one more word, or if we say one more word, we need to be ready to fight it out. Because I don't know, I just feel like that would let us get some of our rage out, but nobody would die. You know, a broken nose, a blackened eye. You know,
well,
but at least we wouldn't be dead. You know, like,
yeah, well, but it still is violence that you're talking about.
Well, sure, but I don't know if we can avoid that. I don't know if we can avoid that in this country anymore. The temperature is so hot still.
Yeah, and I'm so sick of people saying, "Oh, both sides, both sides." Fuck that. What both sides? When did you hear last Republicans are going violent and going shooting the opponent or something like that? You don't hear this. So, and then again, they go around and blame guns. I was like, okay, so guns fault again. So what about pocket knives? The last murder in August that media was so tirelessly trying to cover up, that Ukrainian girl on a train, she was killed by the murderer who used the regular knife for the weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did you not know that story, Beth?
I don't. It doesn't sound familiar. I'll look it up.
Oh wow! Well, I'm not surprised because, like I said, mainstream media.
Was that here in the United States?
Yes, in Charlotte, North Carolina, on August 22nd.
And in South Carolina, you said? Oh wow!
Yeah,
and I'm so glad though that Trump is working to get this cashless bail. I don't know when that came into play. Cashless bail. Apparently, people, criminals can just sign a piece of paper. Yes, I'll appear at my court hearing. Yes. Okay, they let him out. When did that start happening? That's so weird.
We're too damn nice. We are too damn nice to criminals.
We've become too nice. See, but again, like, and I know, like, I don't mean to sound ignorant or naive, but I'm a fan of the old style prison system. And they say,
I have a question, guys. This cashless bail, is this where they're talking about, like you can put up your house? You know what I mean? If you don't have cash?
No, you just sign a document that says, I'll appear in court. I agree. Yes, sure, fine, great. Let me out.
Really? And then they just let you out?
Apparently.
That's freaking crazy.
I know. Well, the idea is because our dumbass Democrats are so, the hard-bleeding Democrats, they say, well, that's because, rich people would able to afford that, but poor people don't have cash to pay, so it's so mean. That's why we need to get rid of the cash bail.
I just think if you get in prison, if you get in jail or in prison, if you do something so bad where bail is set, everyone should have to post bail, or you don't get out early. You just sit in jail until your trial.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, tough shit. You have no money to pay your bond? Okay, well, sucks to be you.
Exactly. You did a crime.
Yeah.
Right.
Sucks to be you. So, I mean.
It should. I mean, again, I'll go back to an old country artist, the late, great Toby Keith, let the long arm of the law put a few more in the ground. We used to be afraid of lawmen. Somebody would say, "Oh, I'm called a lawman on you. You don't settle down." That used to mean something. It doesn't seem like it does now.
Speaking of Toby Keith's songs, there are a lot of really profound country songs that I really have identified with over the years. Do you guys feel the same way about a lot of these country songs?
I mean, I do. I do.
I know
some
the
people
name.
don't like country, but I do.
What'd you say, Anya?
I said I heard the name, but I don't know any songs of this guy. I mean, I don't know what he
But
has.
do you find though, Anya? Do you listen to country music?
I don't.
No, not really. I don't hate it though. I mean, I have nothing against country music. I just didn't grow up with American country music. That's why.
I like classical
So
music.
can you think of any country songs offhand that you heard and
Yes.
you really felt like you identified with it?
The trucker song.
I don't identify.
Oh, is it the one by Alabama, the 18-wheeler song? Keep on.
David something. What is it? About the truckers. Just a second. I'm gonna.
You're not talking about David Allan Coe, are you?
Oh.
If you are, you got to be careful with him. He's got some really edgy. That song is not, but.
Robert.
Yeah.
Robert.
What?
What was that song? Trucker song. What is the name of it?
Convoy.
Convoy. Okay.
Convoy.
Yeah.
I'll have my Alexa play it when we get off the air. I don't think I can have her play it on the air. We'll get in trouble from Rumble, I'm sure, because
I know the song, but I don't know if you did it.
Yeah. There's a couple of other ones that you know that song, you guys. Were you born an asshole? Or that something that? Yeah, you should ask Alexa, please.
I like the intro already.
Or you worked at it all your life. Either way, it worked out fine.
Yeah. So, do you guys know that song? Gosh, what is it? It's a song that was written after September 11th. It's a country song, and I really love it. It's something about the red, white, and blue, and it talks about how Lady Justice will give you a black eye and shit like that.
Yeah, that's courtesy of the red, white, and blue. That's Toby Keith.
Oh yeah, I love that song. That song and so many other country songs I just really love, because they just say what I feel, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, country music, I think, represents so-called Main Street, right? It represents the people that go to work, maybe have a beer after work, watch a football game, a high school football game on Friday night or Sunday after church. Main Street, regular Americans. That's the kind of thematic things that are represented by country music.
Yeah, and Americans who just want to be left alone to raise their kids and follow their God and do their jobs and invest in their home and a future for their kids and
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that's why I think I resonate with country music. It's not by far the only genre that I listen to.
I'm afraid it's not classical music, guys.
Yeah, and I literally like everything from Mozart to Metallica. Literally, I actually I like Mozart. I like Tchaikovsky. I like Pachelbel. I like Franz Liszt. You
like Eminem.
He's okay. He's okay, and I can just as easily get down with Avenged Sevenfold and System of a Down and Metallica and Megadeth, and I literally like everything in between, blues and jazz and bluegrass.
I'm done with Eminem though. I mean, after he was vouching for Kamala, like.
Yeah. I try not to hold people's personal beliefs against them. Like their religious beliefs or their political beliefs. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
At
do.
least when it
It's
comes to
public.
like liking their music or their writing or their artistic anything, you know, because their artistic stuff really shouldn't be impacted by their religious beliefs or their political beliefs, you know.
Well, but if you're a public figure and then you believe that it's something that I strongly oppose, no, I'm not going to listen to your songs. I'm not going to follow you on Instagram or something. No.
Well, and
Dude,
I really don't like
yeah.
where they would like if you didn't have the jab, you couldn't go into their concerts. I mean, that's a that's a clear line in the sand. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'll never buy another album of yours again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do think that famous people should stop taking all these positions on shit to try to get their quote unquote followers to follow them.
Yeah. I mean, do you really want to listen to a football player's opinion on politics? Who should be president? No, honey, you're dumb shit. I mean, you play football.
Imagine if one of these famous people took it upon themselves to actually encourage their followers to don't listen to what I have to say on any topic. Just think for yourselves and believe in yourself and be, you know, do the best you can in life and be a good person, right? You know, like I really get tired of, well, not only of celebrities and famous people who go out there and express their opinion and expect people to follow them and change how they do things based on based on the personal beliefs of the celebrity, right? Like, I don't know.
Well, and you know, in that same vein, I've really begun to think that these super radical states like California and even cities, Chicago, Illinois, I think maybe we should make it a city, you know, city by city level. You know, it's like if you want to have these radical policies, then we'll let you, except you'll get no federal funds.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree with Trump's cutting off federal funds to these agencies that aren't willing to follow the laws. You know what I mean?
Well, not just the agencies, but the entire, you know, entire cities or entire states.
Yeah, and the big universities and colleges that are, you know, thumbing their noses at the American people and the way they're treating human beings, American citizens that are going to school there, or people that are supported by the American citizens to go to school there. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, it's like, look, if you want to have these radical left woke policies, DEI, ESG, fine, have them. See where it gets you. It gets you. Because
the taxpayers shouldn't have to pay for it anymore, though.
Right.
And with these big endowments, I really support Trump's in his move to cut off these huge endowments to these universities. Don't you?
Yeah, but you know, you guys, they're being very sneaky. Like, they know that the spotlight is on them and they need to do something about it, like with DI, all this bullshit. So what they do is they just rename their departments. They create new positions. They just use different language, but they do essentially the same thing.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I think Trump should continue to deny them federal funds until they can prove that they are allowing in everybody who has, you know, who has the merits to get into the school. You know what I mean?
Well, can anyone here tell me? I don't mean to be vulgar or anything like that, but you all are ladies, okay? So why would there need to be tampons in a third grade boys' bathroom?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure I have an 8-year-old daughter. Okay, even most third grade girls haven't started puberty yet, right? So why would we need tampons in a boys' third grade bathroom? Why? I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's
boys
stupid.
Don't menstruate in the first place at all, and they're in third grade. Why would we need that? I just don't get it.
It's just another part of the idiocy of the woke movement.
Because they're groomers and they try to introduce kids to to adult subjects way too early and mess with their minds, mess with their heads, and
It's so
radicalize.
disgusting and unnecessary.
Yeah.
Such a waste of money. Can you think how much money it would cost, or maybe it did cost?
Well,
to
it's the
do that?
taxpayer.
I mean,
It's the taxpayers paying for that shit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
To
Well,
put
I don't
tampon
want
dispensers in the boys' bathrooms in public schools and shit. It's the
in
taxpayers
third grade.
paying for it.
Remember?
Yeah.
As early as third grade.
That's where Tim Walz, from governor of Minnesota, got his nickname, Tampon Tim.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. Okay, once kids, boys and girls get up around 16, 17, 18, because we could talk about other things too, like boys and men playing in girls and women's sports. I just don't think it's fair to you ladies. And I'm not saying you ladies are weak. I'm not saying you're wimpy. But how is it fair though when a guy competes against the top ranked girls in an event and beats them by a considerable margin? How is that fair to those girls or those women?
It's not. It's
How is
obviously
it fair?
not.
Can someone explain it to me? How
It's
is
obviously
it fair? I
not
just don't
fair.
get it.
It's obviously not fair, and it's just a way in which the liberals have found to cheat people out of rightful winnings. You know what I mean? And speaking of winnings, well, how do you guys feel about the Powerball that was just won by two people?
Oh, it was?
Oh
my
Yeah,
the
I've been
people
buying
win.
tickets.
Wow.
My friends and my sister and everybody that I know has been buying a few tickets every time there's a drawing for like the past week or so, right? And then I just heard like today that two different people won the billion plus drawing.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Well,
Did they
I
claim
didn't
it?
win it.
I don't know that. I'm assuming they must have claimed it since they're reporting that they won it.
Was anybody in
Because
Arizona or no?
I don't think so. I don't know where the people
I
are
don't
from. Maybe
think
Gino
so.
can the commercial break and share it with us when we return.
Hi, it's me, Rebecca S. Meadows, the author, with my new book, Living on Borrowed Time, The Ravings of an Angry Survivor of Traumatic Brain Injury and Guardianship Abuse. It's available on Kindle Digital Download, Amazon Print on Demand, and on Audible. Please go check it out. And now, back to the show.
Brandon, you were asking if they were from Arizona. Are you trying to become friends?
No. I'm actually not. Hey, they might be one of those radical woke ESG DEI fuckers. So no, I'm not.
Oh, please watch your language.
I think they were back east somewhere.
Can you guys hear me?
I don't remember the states that won.
But nobody in Arizona.
But
Becca, since when
I
you
don't
telling
think
if
so.
you watch language? I thought everybody says what they want.
Oh, I know, but I'm just surprised that we're not getting dinged for it. And I think at some point we will. And I mean, it's something I need to work on too, is my potty mouth. But I just think it's unbecoming of. I mean, it doesn't make us look more intelligent to use foul language, you know.
Actually, I saw the study a while back that they say people who cuss, they are more intelligent. I mean, you can just sit
Really?
there. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that you sit there and drop, F-bombs every
No.
second. Not that. But if you can skillfully use your language and using some vocabulary, so.
Which the reason I use that term "effers" right there is because I do not have as much respect for the radical left. I don't.
Yeah, nobody should.
And they don't have respect for me. So in that we are equal.
Well, did I tell you guys what I've always believed about the liberals in our population? They appear to me to have had lobotomies.
Radical too.
Don't you guys think that in order to think like a leftist, one would have had a lobotomy? That's what it seems like to me.
Oh yeah, but I can tolerate people who disagree with Trump, who don't like Trump.
Oh yeah, but these crazy leftists, the ones that are like irrational and do crazy stuff like go out and shoot people, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I totally
I
did not agree with
that.
Joe Biden, but on my worst day, I never thought about going out and shooting the man. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
No, I didn't
no.
either.
yeah.
So, Lori, you said you listen to classical music a lot. What about? I mean, do you watch the news generally or no? I don't know. What do you think about the
I
culture we're
watch
in?
it, yes.
Yeah, you do.
So what
What do I think
news do
about
you?
it?
17:45. Inquiries. Now. Inquiries. Notification.
I
Yeah, I mean,
usually watch
it'd just
what
be
are
good to
the
hear from
different
you.
channels.
You're one of our newest guests. It'd be good to hear kind of your worldview and your thoughts.
I think
Lori?
uh, we're in trouble in our nation. So, the economy is going down. There's people hurting one another because they're upset about what's going on, and I think we just have a problem here. So,
Do you think there's a way
but
out?
we need to find a way out so that we can become a better economy. We
Yeah,
need
we
to. That's
do.
a good question, Brandon. But so right now we're going downhill, but we need to find a way up.
I don't feel like we're going downhill anymore. Maybe we're not going up as rapidly as I thought we would be by now, but I don't think we're going
That's what I
downhill.
mean. That's what I'm trying to
You,
say.
you mean we're just not going up
I
as
don't.
rapidly as we should be?
Yeah, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, but we were dug into a pretty deep pit by the last administration, and honestly, I'm not surprised that we're not clipping along at the same pace as we were during the first Trump administration, right? Because Biden dug us into such a deep pit. Um, but I do feel like, I mean, like I said, Trump's done, in my opinion, a good job. Stuff is starting to look better, don't you guys think? I mean, I've heard that prices are going down in the grocery stores and that gasoline is getting a little bit cheaper.
I
But what
don't see
else?
the
What
prices
else say
going
though?
down as I shop at the store, excuse me.
Okay, so
And,
you,
and you're saying you
so
don't see prices
one at
going
a
down?
time, one at a time, so that Brandon, can you go first and then Lori?
Oh yeah, I just so Laura, you don't feel like you see
Um,
prices going down?
I'm gonna have to leave, guys, or mute for a minute.
Oh, okay, bye, Lori.
Just a
So
minute.
she said she's leaving. Gino, can
Yeah.
you cut her feed then so we don't get a lot of
Just a minute.
background noise if she's leaving? Well, Lori, if you're leaving, we don't want to stand by for a minute. Can you just say goodbye?
Or I don't know. She was just going to mute and then come back. I don't know what she's doing.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue talking then. Anya, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so Brandon, I think you have the floor then because you and Lori were both trying to talk. So go ahead.
Yeah. No. I was just gonna say, ask her so she doesn't feel like she sees prices going down. What about you, Anya? What about in the Midwest? Do you guys feel like, gas and groceries, especially those two, or even maybe real estate, but especially gas and groceries? Do you guys feel like prices have come down at all, or not really, or what do you think?
I'd say it's pretty stable. I mean, maybe it's some items a little bit less, but you know, it's definitely we know there's more stability right now than it was under the Biden's administration.
It's not going up like
The
it
inflation
was.
is like it's been flat. Like it's not
Yeah.
going high. I don't know. Maybe some people just don't notice it as much because these things are analyzed like on a national level, and I don't know, but. I think we are in a much better place than we were a year ago.
I feel like we are too.
But I do too. But all this talk though about Trump getting a third term, though, I don't agree with that. It's like,
He's
no.
trolling. He is trolling. But while we were on the food subject, did you guys notice, like, for the last few years, like, eating out has become so expensive?
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I mean, I don't know. my husband was telling me that at some point, I don't know what years he was referring to specifically, but eating out was expensive. Then it became so cheap that everybody started going out and eat a lot of times. And now it's gonna up again. I mean, I don't know. To have a good meal for two people, you could leave like, 80, $90.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, at least. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if you went over 100. I mean,
Well, if you order alcohol, like if you order a drink, then yeah, you can
Yeah.
easily go over 100.
Well, even like the kind of meal that you used to spend like $20 on for two people, now it's easily $50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think some of that, we have a case that I think is going to go, if I'm not mistaken, before the Supreme Court, right? And I'm just really hoping that they side with President Trump, because what I'm saying is,
What's the case?
Well, tariffs factor into this somewhat, but man, if the Supreme Court does not agree with President Trump's tariff ideas, we're going to have to pay all the money back that we've been making. Oh my gosh, that's going to be horrible. Hopefully they agree with him.
Oh, I'm sure the Supreme Court will.
I just don't understand why would one oppose to tariffs. I mean, we should put our interests first. Why do we care what other countries feel about it or think about it? We should think about ourselves first and foremost.
Absolutely.
Especially when they haven't been paying what they agreed to previously pay.
Well, I don't normally like the idea of being self-focused, but when you look at how they've been ripping us off for so many years and raping us, all these other countries, we need some payback. We have to recover here. You know what I mean? So I'm totally on board with what President Trump's doing as far as the tariffs and stuff.
Yeah, it's same thing. I don't know if you guys been hearing. There is a talk about getting rid of the property taxes. And,
really? Whoa!
Well, yeah,
I didn't hear that.
I heard this on some show, some political show, but it's what weirds me out about it is that there are people, not politicians, not the government, but there are ordinary people who actually oppose to it. Like, what? You're opposing?
Why would ordinary people be opposed to that? It would make it so much easier for ordinary people.
You have to be certifiably crazy if you're opposing to that. I mean, your income is already taxed. Every time you turn around, your money gets taxed and taxed and taxed. You pay sales tax, property tax, income tax.
And that's what I was going to say. We would still have sales tax and income tax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know why anybody would be opposed to the elimination.
The thing that does me about property taxes is, so when you buy the house or the property, they tax you the sales tax on the purchase, right?
Yeah.
And then every year you've got the property taxes too to the government. You've got state taxes as well as federal taxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
county
really
taxes, city taxes.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I like the idea of doing away with property taxes.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and income tax. I mean, taxes in Florida, they don't have income tax. What a beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if you want to go and buy stuff, go buy stuff and you pay tax. I'm okay with that.
So do a nationwide sales tax? Is that what you're thinking?
No, not nationwide sales tax. I mean, I'm not saying that getting rid of sales tax. Sales tax should be there. That's fine. But income tax, it's ridiculous too.
Oh yeah.
On top of property tax, on top of by the you get your paycheck, okay, and by the time you make it home, you already first of all your paycheck is taxed, right? Like you got your federal money.
Oh yeah.
Then you go to grocery store on the way home. You pay sales tax. Then you stop to buy some gas and you pay tax on gas. So you pay taxes like 3 times by the time you make it to your home.
Another bad thing that drives me crazy about income taxes is the harder an American works, the more money they earn, the more taxes they pay. It should be the harder you work, the less taxes you pay. You know what I mean?
Well, but now people argue though that rich people find ways of, you know, on paper lessening how much tax they have to pay, which they do. I agree with that. I mean, Amazon, does billions and billions of dollars worth of revenue, and they don't pay that high of taxes. So that's whatever. I mean, they can afford the attorneys to find out how to work the tax code in their favor. So
right, but do you realize that the corporations still pay the most taxes, and people who are considered poor in this country, they don't pay pretty much no taxes at all. I mean, okay, maybe technically they do when they make when they get their paycheck, but if you count all the benefits they get, a lot of people get SNAP, a lot of people get tax credit, a lot of people get Medicaid, and some
Get
other
housing,
benefits,
get housing.
subsidies, all kinds of subsidies. So if you add everything up, yeah, so they don't pay taxes at all.
yeah. I mean, I don't know I don't know what needs to be done. I'm not an economist or anything, but what I would personally do, I want to stop sending so much foreign aid. I'm just so tired of it. Even to countries like Israel, because Israel always boasts, oh, we have an advanced military. Oh, we have some of the most high-tech weaponry. Okay, Israel, then make it happen yourself. If you're so advanced and you already have all this, same for you, Ukraine. You don't want us to teach you anything. You don't want us to train your people. You don't want us to give you technical support on how to operate the equipment. You just want the money and the equipment. So you know what? Fine. You got what you got, but from here on out, you're done. Money's cut off. I'm so tired of billions of dollars here and billions of dollars there.
Yeah,
I would cut that off for sure.
But I feel like if you stick to tax, it has to be flat rate for everyone. When we start monkeying around with all these credits and this formula and that formula and blah blah blah, yeah. So just flat tax. That's all we need.
I don't think we should send another dollar overseas as long as there is a single homeless veteran in this country.
That's what I'm saying. Right. And maybe I would say, maybe like if people like you all wanted to negotiate with me and say, well, okay, President Brandon, but I don't think we should permanently cut them off. Maybe we would cut them off for a certain time period or a certain economic indicator. And I would say, okay, fine. We won't totally permanently, irreversibly cut them off, but we're cutting them off for now and for a while. We got to figure this out. We got to get this ship of America back on a better course.
Yeah.
It's complex. I mean, sadly, we won't resolve any of these issues on the show.
I know, but it's nice to be able to talk about some of the things that are driving us crazy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Now, guys, did you know? I don't remember if I shared this with you all before. Probably I did. Hopefully I did, because you're all good people. I don't know how this is possible, but if you guys know anybody or if you yourselves are involved with rent that is ran through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, that can help you qualify to buy a home. So I didn't think Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac did rental properties, but apparently, they somehow do. And anyway, so I thought that was good. That happened earlier this year.
I never heard of that, but we already are homeowners, so I don't.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I am not. I'm a renter, and I'm okay with that. I don't think now is the time to buy a home. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you still renting? I thought you guys had a home.
Nah, we do, but we just rent. We don't own our. Nah. And I don't feel bad about that. Problem with Arizona is all the Californians are moving in here and jacking our prices up. So you can't really get a decent home for anything under $300,000. Really, 400,000, $500,000. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Housing market is out of control sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
people don't want to buy homes anymore.
Not at those prices and with that interest. I mean,
I know, but what scares me about that though is, we're kind of feeding into these globalist agenda that they don't want anybody to own. They want everybody to rent. You know,
That's true.
Yeah, don't own anything to be happy. Remember how Klaus Schwab famously said.
Mm-hmm. No,
I wonder what they're gonna do to the people who already own stuff, though.
They want you guys to sell.
Yeah, don't you, Becca? Do you ever get those phone calls or letters in the mail asking if you want to sell?
Oh my gosh, all the time. Well, I don't know about letters in the mail, but phone calls, yes. Yes, I get really freaking tired of the phone calls and the text messages wanting to buy my house.
See, that's what I'm saying. These big companies are trying to buy off lots of houses so they can rent and encourage rent.
Yeah,
So they don't own anything.
and they, yeah, and well, I really get irritated by the barrage of all of the phone calls and all the attempts to like contact me to buy my house, right? Because I know they're going to try to rip me off, right? They're not going to try to give me fair market value.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because I didn't know you all got a lot of communication like that, but I'm just laughing because I think it would be so stupid if like I just closed on a house, you know, like I just got the keys and then like 2 days later, like, oh, I am wondering if you would like to sell your house. No, I've only been here 2 days, you stupid moron. No, I would not.
Brandon, you have no idea. We closed on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Actually, we won't. It's the end.
Is that the end? Okay. Well, I just wanted to point out, like, so I moved into this house a couple months after we bought it, right? Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. And I had the phone line turned on and the voicemail activated, right? And when I got here, I checked the voicemail. Brandon, I had at least half a dozen, I think it was more like 10 messages from random people wanting to buy the house that I had just bought. and it made me so angry and it was and for so long, I mean, I don't even have a home phone anymore, but when I had a home phone, I can't tell you how many times I would answer it and they'd be wanting to know if they could buy my house. It made me so mad. I used to say to them, no, I want to die in this house, and then I'd hang up on them.
Well, and I mean, you know, wouldn't you think that they would at least have the smarts to wait until you were there like a year or something?
They don't know, Brandon. They don't know. They randomly call. They don't know even who you are. They just
that's
know.
stupid, though. I mean,
But they must get a list of new purchases, though, or something.
I guess.
Because
like I don't get updated that fast.
No, but what you see what I'm saying though? Like you would think that if you wanted to be a smooth criminal, you'd study your target and be like, well, I'll wait till they're there a year and find some of the problems and then I'll call them. See, that would make more sense.
If you were a real smooth criminal, you'd sabotage the property so they start thinking, oh, we shouldn't have bought this.
Yeah. But they don't even take the effort to do that. They just day one, like, oh, we were wondering whether you like to tell your house to us. Like, oh my god. No, I won't. Yeah. You're stupid.
Okay, guys, it must be 6:00 though, since Gino played the music. So let's
just
end the show because I need to go have dinner. And you guys probably need to as well. Thank you guys for your time.
Hopefully next week we meet under better circumstances.
Yes, hope so.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Please tune in again next week. And please like, share, and subscribe. Peace out. That's a wrap, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.